They are one of the most feared soldiers in the world and have won the respects of even their enemies. The Gorkhas were integrated with the Indian forces on April 24, 1815. Over time they have served in all theaters of war and won many military decorations. Here are some facts about the most respected regiment of the Indian Army. Bravest of the brave, most generous of the generous, never had a country more faithful friends than you. If a man says he is not afraid of dying, he is either lying or is a Gurkha. Gurkhas have grown up in an extremely difficult environment in the hills of Nepal and, as a result, their bodies are simply on a different plane to our own. In 1815, the British Army tried to conquer Nepal, but it was easily defeated by Nepal's warriors, the Gurkhas. So the British officers decided that, if they couldn't beat them, they'd get the Gurkhas to join them. The Gurkhas have fought in several wars, including both world wars and the Falklands War. Known as some of the most skilled and fiercest warriors, terrified everyone around them. On the 200th anniversary of their service, here are some of the bravest soldiers and stories to ever come out of the Gorkha ranks. In 2011, 35-year-old retired Gurkha Vishnu Shrestha was riding a train in India when 40 robbers stopped the train and began stealing passengers' belongings. Still carrying his kukri knife, the Gurkha took on the robbers, themselves armed with knives, swords, and pistols. Shrestha managed to kill 3 robbers and injure 8 others, which persuaded the other robbers to flee. The retired soldier also saved another passenger from rape. Gurkha soldiers have a fearsome reputation on the battlefield, and it is a reputation that he strives to live up to. But few tales can top that of Sergeant Diprasad Pun of the Royal Gurkha Rifles on a hot night in Afghanistan's Helmand province on a hot September night in 2010. Sergeant Pun was on sentry duty at a 2-story checkpoint when he thought he heard an animal nearby before spotting 2 insurgents in the process of laying an IED in the road. Listening intently, he was surrounded by Taliban fighters. The Gurkha sergeant reacted by pulling his L7A2 general-purpose machine gun off the turret and using it as a rifle, firing continuously into oncoming enemy fighters. After expending all of the ammunition for the machine gun, Sergeant Pun started grabbing grenades from his post, throwing a total of 17 at the attackers. Out of grenades, he picked up his SA-80 service rifle and began open fire at the insurgents. At one point, Pun even threw a claymore mine at the enemy. The pitched battle reinforcements arrived. After the smoke cleared, there were 30 dead Taliban surrounding the area. Pun had fired 250 machine gun rounds, 180 SA-80 rounds, 17 grenades, 6 of which were white phosphorus, 1 claymore mine, and 1 machine gun tripod. 4. His actions that day, Pun was awarded the Conspicuous Gallantry Cross, the UK's second highest military award, by Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace.